Hey, it's Quest Rogue. Look, it's the caverns below. Play 4 minions with the same name. Okay. Well, we can have 2 in a deck, so how do we do that? Well, Shadow Step. That's 1. Hell, if you have 2 of something and Shadow Step it twice, that's 4. Or you could Youthful Brewmaster, remember him? Or you could Gadgets and Ferryman. That's a new guy. So, what are we looking to make copies of? Well, there's a couple of options here. One of the decks you can run is with those cheap elementals. The Firefly makes you have a 1-2, and then the 2-3 dude for 3 gives you 2 of those, so you can have up to 6. They're early drops, that's pretty easy. Or, what we discovered in the early parts of this expansion was, what about Swashbuckler? That's a 1 mana dude, gives you some cards. Or what about Novice Engineer? Now, Novice Engineer probably the preferred route here just because of the card draw is actual card draw as opposed to fake card draw. But you can see how that works. You play a Novice Engineer, you Shadow Step it. It costs 0, so you can play it again. And then you can combo with this guy for 2 mana because you've already played something for 0. And then it comes back to your hand. You play it again. And eventually you fulfill this quest. And that makes all your minions 5/5s for the rest of the game. And that's pretty good. So the rest of this is a 5/5 with charge at that point. A 5/5 with charge. This is a 5/5. This is a 5/5. These are all 5/5s. This is a 5/5 that then gets the +2/+2 on top. This is a 5/5 with stealth that summons 5/5s with stealth. This is a 5/5 that summons 5/5s. You can see how this works. Now, this deck was thought to be unbeatable the first couple days. It seemed so fast, so impossible to have answers to. You couldn't really respond in any way. You either had to out-act or you had to outlast it and make it to the point where you didn't even really care about 5/5s. Neither was easy to do, but it turns out if you don't draw the right things with this deck, it's not very good. We don't mind going second because it lets us have a chance to get more of our pieces. The problem is consistency. So the quest is always in your opening hand, which is good, but it means you can only mulligan either 2 or 3 cards. So you need to have a good opener. Here we've done okay. Save the coin for now. And we could play one of the Swashbucklers. We can play one of the Swashbucklers and then hold on to the other one. Hope that we get some of our bouncy bounce stuff. I think we're going to do this. Hope for something good. Well, that is an interesting option, I suppose. We still need a bounce card, though. That's not it. Let's play this.
Here we go.
Our opponent hasn't played his quest, so at this point, we have to imagine he's just a mid-rangey hunter, kind of like we played yesterday. It's not clear. At this point, I feel like we're committed to the South Sea deckhands being the thing that triggers it, so let's start here. Yeah. And then, we can do this, and we can do this. Yeah. And we can do that.
Here we go.
I actually want to keep that. I want to keep the weapon up so that all those South Sea deckhands can have charge when we play them. That's gross. And the good news is we can kill it. Ooh. So it's not enough for the quest this turn, but it will be. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna right into his face. We're gonna do this. We can't have his beast having charge. We'll die too quickly. Then we're gonna do this. Is that what we're gonna do? This is weird. No, we're just gonna hit him in the face and refresh this. Alright, so next turn we can finish it. We're gonna be super low by then, though. We're gonna be at least 13, I would imagine. When that gets +3 attack, it's gonna hurt right in the mouth. Well, it's a little late for that. I guess the question is... No, it's actually not. So... No, it is. I don't have enough mana. Or do I? I do have enough mana. So we play this. We just hit him in the face. We shadow step it. Play it again. We have to do this. We still don't have quite the mana I was hoping for, but it's okay. I'm gonna play this. Hit him in the face. I'm gonna do this.
Here we go.
Now we have to live. So we can go as low as 5 from what we know. Kill command kills us. I mean, popping the Divine Shield is probably the wrong choice there. There it is.
Whoa. I give up.
Sigh. Again, though, like, you really have to have those 5/5s on turn 4 or 5. I've seen it as early as, like, turn 2, to be honest, and turn 3 is not unreasonable. But, probably too worried about clearing the board there. But I kind of had to. Even when I made 5/5s the next turn and then played the charges to take out the board, I don't know if I could afford to leave the Divine Shield dude up. I don't know. Attacking the Divine Shield's probably wrong there, but I'm not sure what's right. We were just too low to begin with. Okay, good. Now we can swashbuckler stuff that's important to us, like Shadow Step.
Watch your back.
This is a bit of a frustrating start because I think we have to keep, but we don't actually have one of the things we want to bounce. But we have 2 bouncers. And as we saw last time, occasionally you end up with something different than you expect because of Mimic Pod. Normally we wouldn't be going for the South Sea Deckhand, but there we had 3 of them, and then we got 2 different ways to bounce, so it's fine. The end result last time I don't think is any different, even if I don't hit the 2/4 with Divine Shield. He takes us to 2 with what he had, and we just die next turn. Would love a Novice Engineer. That is not a Novice Engineer.
Here we go.
Could be an uphill battle.
We hunger for vengeance.
Not really sure what we're up against. It feels like it's us, but it's not. I want the card draw, so we're going to do that. And I see us probably having a chance to recharge our weapon next turn, so let's swing. There's a better than average chance that all we do next turn is Thanos and hero power.
Tonight, a tale of terrible tragedy.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Yuck. Well, that needs to die. God. That's a bad pull for us.
Swiftly.
Okay, so I need the hero power and Thanos and eviscerate this turn. Well,
Here we go.
wasn't really planning on leaving Barnes alive, but at this point, I'd rather have Barnes up than Gadgets in, that's for sure. By the way, if you haven't noticed, we are creeping into it's turn 5 and we're nowhere near completing the quest territory. Sap on Thanos. I'll admit, I am surprised. He sure showed my Thanos, though. Preparation. Haha. Alright, well, we need to have more going on the board right now, so I think this is correct. This into prep, into eviscerate.
Pay attention, class.
I'm ready to learn.
I don't know if I can risk playing
Here
that.
we go.
I kind of need it. That battle teacher's just going to die to his eviscerate, but at least it presents a threat. Journey below. Combo eviscerate. Cry forever. Guys, I think the correct play is to start bouncing these Violet Apprentices. Because I have to play them to count. I can't just summon them, obviously. So, Shadow Step 1. We can Fairy Mint another one. That's 2. And that's the thing about this. Right now, we have 3 copies of, say, the South Sea Deckhand, just because of what we have in our hand.
Swiftly.
But 3's not enough. Backstab eviscerate? When you have the weapon up and you can just take the 3 damage? I don't understand what this dude's doing, I'll be honest. I feel like these are bad plays. Sapping a Thanos? I'll admit, I don't get it. Okay. Well, that helps. How do we do this? We do this. Haha. We hit in the face. Then we play this.
I shall do as you say. I shall do as you say.
Mouse, stop it.
Here we go.
And then we do this. Haha. And then next turn we've got it. So that's a thing. Turn 7. It's okay. We're certainly not in bad shape for it being turn 7 because our opponent's doing some weird stuff. That's fine.
This guy's toast.
It's toast. That 3-3 is toast too, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so... Haha. Him in the face. Haha.
Here we go.
And we don't quite have the mana we would like, but that's okay. Oh, I got a preparation, huh? Ooh, that's an interesting play I didn't think about. Well, I'm learning how to run this deck, and that's something I should have considered. I could have prepped, and that would have made this board a lot more intimidating. Interessant. I don't know what this is about. A backstab, I guess? Sap. That's actually good. Now we have a 5-5 with charge. Instead of him just killing the board. Sinister Strike. Okay, I officially have no idea what this deck is anymore.
The Brotherhood shall prevail.
Well, that sucks. But we can kill it. Well, we can especially kill it now. So I mean, we're definitely playing this. And then... Just kidding. We gotta keep these for our other Violet teacher, for our own Edward Van Cleef, for funsies. Because I could have prepped and then done the quest, but why? So I could hero power? Nah. Nah, son. Alright, we need to draw something good off the top here. There's a lot of good options. Novice Engineer, near the top. Moreau's, pretty good. Violet Teacher, pretty good. Raw Eviscerate, that's good for us. Keeps our health pristine. Cairn, less good for us. Okay, we'll start here. Oh, that's pretty strong.
Here we go.
Okay, well, still have another 4-5 to deal with, but we have 5-5s, so that's okay. 17 health is okay.
The shadows beckon.
Okay, that's even better that we were able to get rid of the death rattle part of that, because at least it's just a 4-5 coming out now.
The eyes of the earth.
Or a 1-1 rather, sorry, but not the version with the death rattle. That's the important thing here. I'm gonna go face, take us to 10. But that's not terrible. Okay. I think we just have to make him as big as possible and say, okay, what are you gonna do about this? Do this. This doesn't really matter. We're just looking to play it.
Brotherhood shall
Here we go.
And now we have lethal on board. Now we shrug our shoulders and we say, okay, top deck something that keeps you alive. He top decks N'Zoth, and we still win. Jay's a 9-9, even though we only played 2 other cards that turn, because he starts as a 5-5. It's pretty good. Shiv. That's a gross one. We didn't draw anything else. If we drew another Shiv or something, that would be very sad. Okay. Hey, we managed to win one. Nifty. So yeah, That's kind of an idea. We never had one of those games where we just steamrolled the hell out of it, but you can see how it happens. With a good draw. Not even a great draw, but a good draw. Boy, it can get out of control pretty quickly. So that's Hearthstone for the week. I hope you enjoyed. We played some weird stuff. Our results were mixed, but that's okay. The more important thing is we had fun, and we tried out different decks doing so.